How you doing? Ryan Braswell here with Ask the Locals, and today I have Relocators. I have Robert and Mike with me. How you guys doing today?
Good.
How you doing?
Thanks for joining us. So, Relocators, comes right to mind, moving trucks and stuff. So, I got to ask, what is the best for securing cargo? Rope, 1-inch straps, or E-track?
What is it, Mike?
We use strap and we tie everything down very, very well.
Yeah, I think those 1-inch straps are the best. A little background for me, like I was talking with Robert earlier. I grew up in a small business moving furniture, so I ran the trucking company. And one time somebody bought, the yellow polypropylene rope. Yeah, so we're dealing with, antiques, high-end stuff, and this is what he sent, a crew off to tie up furniture with.
Yeah.
All the vibe came back. It was like it was sawdust everywhere. Just saw it off the rip. But anyways, so on to Relocators. So you guys have been here on Long Island for how long?
16 years.
16 years. Born and raised?
Oh, personally? Hold on.
Well, both.
Yeah, born and raised.
Yeah. People want to know, well, how about you?
Absolutely. Yep.
Same here. Born and raised on Long Island.
Awesome. And Relocators, you opened it in 2007 or 8, was it?
Yeah, 7, 8.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about, in general, what is it that sets Relocators apart from other moving sources?
What sets it apart, I would say, is that we try to be a seamless transition for like multiple services. So when somebody's moving or transitioning out of a house, that alone in itself is one of life's biggest stressors. And usually it's coming with a divorce or death, the other few biggest stressors. So we try to give like a one-stop shop approach where we handle all parts of the transition and kind of see it through and definitely take a more like empathetical approach to it.
Okay, so you're really like a one source kind of deal. So if somebody's, hey, we're moving, we don't want to take all this kind of stuff, we can help get rid of it. We can help set up and decorate your home and like basically just handle everything in a move.
Exactly, and we actually just developed something that I've had an idea about for like 16 years, where it's called the Relo-Roadmap, where when we go into a house, we have preset services, and we could number them for you to give you the plan of action, so you could go to your siblings and say, "Hey, this is how it's going to work."
That's awesome. Yeah. See, I love that because in my businesses, having systems and orders and checklists really make for a seamless transition. And is that the thing that draws most customers in? Is just the all-in-one service?
It's one phone call. You call me, we provide a roadmap virtually any way to liquidate your home, whether it be selling in one of our sales, auction, tax sale. And then we have a clean out product, which assures the property is walked through ready. And then, of course, relocating from one location to the next location.
That's awesome. Yeah, those broom clean services are amazing. A lot of homeowners, like, they don't realize that you got it. It's like, hey, if you ask for a broom clean, the movers, they might be able to handle that for you. And then, you don't have to deal with the mess afterwards. So where on Long Island are you guys from?
I grew up in Sachem area and in Queens on the weekends. My parents were divorced, and Farmingville and Holbrook.
Okay.
I grew up in Bayshore, and I graduated before Main Street was nice.
Okay. So the roots go deep.
Yeah.
What's one of your favorite things about Long Island?
You go first.
The ocean.
The ocean.
Yeah. My fiance is looking to get to North Carolina within the next 4 or 5 years. And as long as we're anywhere near the water, I'm okay with it. I love the water.
Okay. Very good.
I don't get how people leave. Like, I get it. It's expensive, the traffic, but like we're living like outside of Rome during the height of the Roman Empire. Like, we live where you can do anything within 30 minutes. And I don't understand how people don't absolutely appreciate that. Everyone who's not here appreciates it, but not the people that are here.
What's really amazing is, so I have a friend, he's down in Florida, and every time he comes up, we got to go into the city. And all of us are like, city, and then it's like you sit there and you're like, man, we do live next to, like the Roman Empire kind of deal, and we just don't take advantage of it. But I think that's a common, Long Island thing. Do you get the same friends, family? They kind of don't take advantage as much as they should.
My family's from Europe, from Portugal. Anytime my cousins come in, we have to go to the city, of course. But it's always like, I don't really. I drive into Manhattan a few times a week. It's hard getting in and out. So.
People come to the city from all over the world. If you're from Long Island, you hate the city. Like, it's you just want to get through that tunnel and have that stress release off you.
I want to get to where I'm going and get to what I want to do. So moving is a major pain in the butt. And like you said, you guys do a one-stop, kind of shop, a little checklist thing. Can you go over that a little bit more and why that's good for customers to have? It
is one of the largest stresses in life. And actually, I work for the company not only because I'm Rob's friend, but because my old life was hospitality. I used to run restaurants professionally. So I bring that service aspect to moving. meaning that it's not just a guy in a truck that's going to grunt your furniture onto the box truck and forward. You know, we hold your hand from point A to point B. It's extremely painstaking process. It really is. So that's where relocators, we're apart. You know, I mean, we definitely sell our service in regards to how we operate, and it's a service-centric way of operating, you know.
Okay.
And
I grew up. My only job was as a kid was working at Vincent's, which is like a famous restaurant, Vincent's Clam Bar on Long Island, and the owners were mentors to me. One of them's a partner now, even, and just I'm done hiring people from the moving industry. Like I will only hire hospitality, whether it's restaurants, hotels, because it's like it's
Well, moving's A to B, and you sound like you want to have that personalized, you know, make sure that the client's taken care of service.
when you think of it, you're like, what is this trade doing up here as something so stressful? You know, if you Google life's biggest stressors, it doesn't make sense because it's like it's just stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But it's strangers coming, taking all your stuff. And it's the memories you attach to that stuff. That's what's important. And that's what like a regular person won't understand, you know.
Yeah, they just, yeah, I've been around it where, you know, they come in and it just starts slapping furniture pads and wrapping saran wrap around it. And then they're just manhandling everything. And then all of a sudden it's like, you know, it may be insignificant to you, the mover,
Yeah.
but it means the world to that person potentially. So that's fantastic. So when's the best time? If somebody's, you know, if they put their home on the market or if they're ready to move now, when should they call you? Because it seems like, you know, again, moving is a huge thing. When should they reach out?
well, I mean, for an estimate from me, a few days notice, obviously.
Okay.
From one of the sale standpoints, it definitely takes 6 to 8 weeks. You know, it's an elongated process, whether it's an online auction where you have to imagine taking pictures of every single piece of content that needs to be sold. So our sales are an elongated process, but because we have a fleet of 15 trucks, we can guarantee a move within a couple days notice. I mean, we have a large fleet right now.
Okay. It all depends, of course, on the services. If it's just pick up and drop off, I'm sure it can happen pretty quick. But say a homeowner is looking to do the whole, you know, have a sale, have everything. Should they contact you guys before selling, thin stuff out? What do you guys think?
Really, it should be about contract, and what you'd want is to have an idea of what you're keeping and what you're not, and that could be a moving target throughout. But
Okay.
you definitely want to plan for it in advance. You know, anybody who like calls and is like, I need to move tomorrow, you know, that's a red flag. Like that's a huge red flag. So
Yeah, because they didn't do their homework,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, you know, to provide really good service, you guys have to do homework. I'm sure you got to do your assessments and make sure you got things and times, you know, to do your sales and everything.
that's our approach. Like we try not to sell. We try to sell the service you need. Like we don't give you a price. We just tell you this is the service you need and this is what that costs to provide it. If we can't do it, it would be up to you if we, you know, you wanted to cut corners.
You don't want to send 10 guys to a move and loading a truck in a few hours. It's so stressful. More so for the customer, obviously, but you can imagine on our, you know, needing to wrap everything to preserve the integrity of each piece. You just can't do it. Some guys operate like that, but we don't.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, you know, speaking of which, you know, what do you think of those flat fee moving companies?
I don't see how they make money, but he's the numbers guy.
Next question.
Honestly, I completely, you know,
I can't.
I completely get that answer because you know what it is. Hey, they have their place, is the way I look at it. But for me, you know, if I'm moving my family and I'm moving my life, I don't want that, you know. And then because then guess what? What's the next bill you get for all the boxes and the paper that they dropped off? And then oh, you bought furniture pads from them too. Wait, what happened here? You know.
My grandmother said, if you have nothing nice to say,
Yeah, I could get behind that. I respect that. So, how you said you had how many trucks in the fleet and how many crew?
15 to 17 trucks.
3 new SUVs, so that's
Nice.
part of the fleet.
Yeah.
Yeah, for smaller moves and things, and just getting crew around and whatnot.
Estimating and
Yeah.
things
Okay.
like that. Yeah. And materials.
You cab forward guy? You like the cab forward trucks or?
One of them cabs 5.
Love them. Love
Yeah.
them. Cab forward, he said, yeah, they're the best.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think I don't know if it's still called that. It's been a while
Yeah,
since
yeah.
I've been behind the wheel of a truck, but yeah, you know, we had it was a UD, I guess the Nissan UDs. And I
Yeah.
think, man, it was a 8-speed standard, but we took it into the city. It was the best. People were like, "Why are you driving the standard in the city?"
Yeah.
Like you just put it in 4 and you just roll with traffic. You don't even have to worry. You could almost fall asleep at the wheel with it. It was great. So yeah, so now you guys handle all of Long Island? Like, what states do you go to? Where do you drop off and do long haul?
Yeah, we pretty much go everywhere. I mean, west of the Mississippi is once or twice a month, but we're back and forth to Florida every week.
Okay.
And we have a location now in Florida where we have a manager down there and a base, so it's nice we're able to volley the trucks a lot easier now.
Yeah, make it easier
Yeah.
to have more efficient runs down there, and then also you can store it. So if somebody's not ready to
Exactly
move
right.
in, yeah, no, that's fantastic.
And I'll go to the 5 boroughs for any estimate.
Sure.
In regards to moving.
Good. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it doesn't matter. You have somebody get to you. You're not going to leave someone hanging on that, which is fantastic.
No.
So what got you into moving?
NASA didn't call, and I was waiting on that. No, so my mother was doing estate sales. What happened was she was a secretary, and my nana had gotten cancer, and she was like the caretaker of the family. So she got tasked with like cleaning out her Queens Elmhurst home and moving into Long Island. And she put an ad in the paper: old stuff out, brings the money in. Let us show you where to begin. And she was like one of the first few estate sale companies on the island around 2000. And when I was in college and waiting tables, I would clean out houses on the side. And what would happen is the assisted living directors would not want a moving company to move the person in if they were elderly and not passed away. They'd want like a more personalized approach. So they'd see me as like Denise's son working the clean outs, and they'd like twist my arm to rent the truck. And one day I just bought like a box truck, $4,000 box truck. Yeah.
Bootstrap it. I like. Hey, you know what? It fits. You know, and and it seems like you've grown. I mean, from one $4,000 box truck to a fleet, multiple locations in multiple states.
Yeah.
It's an amazing growth story. So, along with that, what is your biggest piece of advice to somebody growing a business? You know, Long Island presents interesting challenges.
I mean, kind of where we met you, and show me your network, I'll show you your network. There's nothing more important than networking, not burning bridges, and just keep going.
Yeah, I was going to bring you. Led me right into it. I was going to bring because I met Mike at a networking event, and it's networking is just so powerful. To me, it's one of those most essential things in business because just because you know somebody doesn't mean they provide the best service, and sometimes you want accountability. You know, and that's something that everybody that I've spoken to about your services, have just glowing reviews, and if you say you're going to do it, you do it, and that's something that I absolutely love when we have guests on and stuff. So what is the biggest piece of feedback that your customers give you?
The service, it really is. I'm not going to say we're going to be the best price, but we're selling service. Again, we wrap everything with such great care to preserve the integrity of each piece of furniture. So if it's an hourly rate, you can imagine, the next guy that's just going to throw your stuff on a box and go on, there's going to be breakage. Our breakage is nil, if any, it really is. And that's what we're selling. We're selling moves, but we're selling the service aspect of it. And all our guys are very, very well trained. I think 80% of Rob's foremen have been with him over 10 years, which I think is so impressive.
That's awesome. That's a great retention rate.
It really is phenomenal. And these guys take great pride in what they do. And, we take great pride in Relocators because we know we're selling a good product. And I like to sleep at night. I sell a good product. I kiss my daughter and go to sleep. We're not just like these flat rate guys that are going to rape you, at the end of a move.
Yeah, all of a sudden, no, you didn't notice all the little fine print and whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the way to be. So what is the most interesting thing you've ever had to move?
Hoarder
house?
situations, which we are very sympathetic for.
Yeah,
we understand. And he knows the psyche
Like there's
behind
nothing
it.
we haven't seen.
I'm sure.
Like you're talking like, and when it's a hoarder situation where, because you asked what you had to move, a hoarding situation a hoarding situation moving is way different than a hoarding situation cleaning out.
Yeah.
Because we'll do these homes where like there's literal diapers with feces, like adult diapers everywhere. Like that's what they saved in that room. Or a cat skeleton under a couch. Like you see that. But then when you have to move a hoarding situation, that's a whole nother animal.
Because now they know all the little things that I wanted, and they want it right back in that same.
They literally,
Yeah.
They literally know what's there. It's crazy.
I remember we were antique liquidators. So one of the things that we went in and it was a broom clean. We literally had to start bagging trash and dirty clothes from the service entrance of this Manhattan apartment building, and the workers. Nobody had been in this unit for a long time, but somebody was actually living there, but none of the staff. They brought us masks and stuff. So I can imagine the stuff that you guys see in today's day and age where, everything's of value and people are like, let me keep this because it says it's worth $5 on eBay and stuff.
Of course.
So yeah. So, those are precautions that you obviously take and stuff like that. As far as, like driver safety, any things that you do, what else do you do for customer safety and driver safety?
Constant training a few times a year, if not every 2-3 months,
Right now, we're trying to develop. We're calling it Reloversity, where we're gonna have like our own 6-hour course, like where videos and stuff. So we're in development of that right now, which we're really excited about.
That's amazing because that's grooming people to provide this service and make sure that they fit within your business model. That's a fantastic. I love that because moving it's not easy. Hey, pack this stuff up. How many people put China plates flat? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and all of a sudden you're broken all of them.
You know your stuff.
Listen, yeah, I've moved a lot of stuff. I've moved a lot of stuff in my life. Long Island, unique place. What is your favorite secret spot?
I just became a member like a year ago to Founders Room, and I love it there at the Paramount, under the Paramount. I tell you, I haven't even seen one show upstairs ever. I saw Chaz actually once, Palmentary, but going down there, having a drink, watching it on TV, ordering some food, I absolutely love that place.
Awesome. How about you, Mike?
I like riding my bike when I get away from the wife and kids at Bethpage.
Okay.
It's 10 miles, and just it's a great way to concentrate and think about, life within your own head, with no distractions.
I love it. And best restaurant or your favorite, that doesn't have to be your best. There's way too many best restaurants out there, but what's one of your favorite restaurants on the island?
I'm a hospitality guy. I'm from Bayshore. When Tellers, the Bolson Group, came to Long Island in Islip in 2001, it really rejuvenated that South Shore, including Bayshore. So that's my favorite restaurant.
Sure.
Yep.
I mean, I'm definitely impartial to Vincent's Clam Bar. Like, there's no place like Vincent's Clam Bar. If I had to say another one, I think Pace's is so much better than all the other steakhouses I go to.
Okay.
I always love Pace's.
It's great. It is a good product.
I actually haven't been to Pace's, but that is one on the list. Tellers is phenomenal. Listen, we really appreciate having you on the show. We hope to connect you with some people. And if you have any questions about relocators, moving, storage, broom cleanouts, what they can do, how they can help you, there's going to be more information down in the description. Feel free to please reach out. Social media links, everything's going to be there so you can contact them directly, or I would love to connect you and help out. So please let us know what you think. And thank you very much, guys. Robert?
Thank you, Ryan.
Pleasure. Mike?
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers, guys. Welcome.